I had just got back from going to the store, and I got out of my vehicle over there, and first I heard people from down the block saying, "He can't hear, he can't hear." And then I heard the officers yelling at him to drop the stick, or drop the weapon, drop the stick. And that's when I yelled out, "He's deaf." And right after I yelled out that he was deaf, it was bang, bang, bang. I mean, it was just, the instant I said that, just right after that, it was bang, bang, bang.
As the police pulled up, we was all, a couple of neighbors, me, my wife, and my daughter was outside and screaming at the cops not to shoot, because he was deaf. And they proceeded in doing what they had to do.
Was he like advancing toward them? Tell me, how long of a time was this?
The guy does movements. He don't speak, he don't hear, so mainly it's hand movements that he does. That's how we communicated with him. And he was actually, I believe he was was frustrated trying to tell them what was going on. And he did hit his truck at one point, the back of the truck where it was hit, where it was rear-ended. And that's when I knew something was going to happen.
Did the officers already have their weapons drawn?
They did. As they got off the car, they drew their weapons.
What were the cops saying and doing?
To put his hands up, which he couldn't hear them. But myself and my daughter were actually screaming at him, not, that he was deaf, that he couldn't hear anything. And they proceeded on shooting him.
Do you think the officers heard you? Did they acknowledge you at all?
I believe they did hear me, because one of them turned around and looked at me. And they also had a neighbor that lived right across the street that was screaming at him also.
How close were you in this?
I was approximately about 25 to 30 feet away from him.
How long after you said, yelled, "Don't shoot, he's deaf"? How long was it until they did shoot?
I want to say about 30 seconds.
What was the reaction?
When you saw that, yeah, after you've been yelling at them to not do it?
I thought that they could have taken care of that a different way. Me personally, I could have probably taken care of myself without two cops. I mean, there's two cops there. I mean, they could have probably tackled him down, tasered him.
Cops kill deaf man holding a stick, despite neighbors telling them he was deaf. Police ignored the warnings from neighbors that he couldn't hear them, and killed a deaf man for holding a stick that he always carries to fend off dogs. By J. Sermopoulos, September 21, 2017. Oklahoma City. OK, in an extremely heartbreaking story, on Tuesday, Oklahoma City police shot and killed a deaf man after responding to a reported hit-and-run accident. Witnesses claim that they warned police that the man was deaf, but officers opened fire anyway. Police alleged that Magdiel Sanchez, 35, was spotted near a vehicle matching the description of the vehicle involved in the incident, and confronted a man standing near the car who they claim was holding a stick, who did not respond to their warnings. A neighbor told AP that Sanchez was either deaf or hard of hearing, and carried a stick with him as protection from stray dogs. Witnesses to the killing are on record stating that they informed the police that the man was deaf prior to them opening fire and killing him. "We have lived in the neighborhood for 13 years, so we knew him, and we knew that he was deaf," one of the witnesses told the Daily Mail. "As the cops tried to approach him, my husband, my daughter and I were all screaming at the police that he was deaf." Another local resident said that Sanchez used written notes to communicate, adding that she often saw him with the stick. According to Oklahoma City Police Captain Bo Matthews, Oklahoma City Police Lieutenant Matthew Lindsay went by the house and spotted 35-year-old Magdiel Sanchez holding what appeared to be a large stick near the porch. Advertisement. View image on Twitter. View image on Twitter. Follow. Oklahoma City Police heavy checkmark at OKPT. See attached press release for more info on last night's officer-involved shooting. Visit our Facebook page for video of the presser. 11:30 a.m., September 20, 2017. 6666 replies, 1010 retweets, 1010 likes. Twitter adds info and privacy. Note that this is how law enforcement attempt to lay the groundwork for their defense, by claiming the catch-all phrase, "I was in fear for my life," which essentially gives officers carte blanche to kill anyone. Read more. Watch, cop hits woman's legally parked car then says it's her fault. Police claim that after backup arrived they ordered Sanchez to drop the weapon and get on the ground, but instead he held up the stick and continued towards them. One officer then shot Sanchez with a taser and another shot him at the same time with his handgun, according to Matthews, who of course, claims the officers didn't hear the bystanders screaming at police that he was deaf. Ironically, a similar, but less fatal incident, occurred in Oklahoma City in 2014, with the deaf victim being severely beaten. During that incident, another deaf man, Pearl Pearson Jr., 64, who was also a diabetic, was beaten and arrested by police officers as they yelled at him to stop resisting during a traffic stop. In that incident, Pearson's driver's license clearly indicated he was deaf, and he also had a placard in his driver's door that clearly stated, "Driver is deaf." When Pearson pulled over and rolled down his window, expecting an officer to ask for this identification, an officer struck him in the face before Pearl had the chance to do anything. After Pearson was beaten by police, he was arrested and charged with resisting arrest. He was thrown in jail, and, according to his family, an interpreter was never provided while Pearl was under the care of law enforcement. Not during the booking, hospital, or time at the jail was an interpreter provided even though Pearl requested one. Pearson was sitting in a jail cell, battered and bruised, and had no idea why. Pearson has no criminal record, and in fact is a father to a police officer. His son-in-law is also a cop. In 2015, Pearson was given an award for his amazing service to the community for working with people with disabilities. Read more. Witnesses say man had hands up as he was shot in the back by cops as he attempted to flee. And while police officials now attempt to deflect responsibility for the killing of Sanchez by claiming that he was armed with a metal pipe in his right hand, which was wrapped in some type of material, the reality is the poorly trained officers, with a shoot first ask questions later mentality, are all too common. So, police now want you to believe they killed the deaf man because he refused to listen to their commands and came at them holding a metal pipe, and that they couldn't hear the numerous people yelling at them to inform them that Sanchez was deaf. Matthews said that there were no operational body cameras on the scene at the time of the shooting, and that officers only learned that Sanchez was deaf and couldn't hear their commands after the shooting. Police officials now acknowledge that the driver of the vehicle involved in the hit and run was actually Sanchez's father and that Sanchez was not in the vehicle. In typical fashion, the shooter, Sergeant Barnes, was placed on paid administrative leave as the investigation into the shooting continues, but we all know how this plays out. The police will investigate themselves, and find that they did nothing wrong, as usual. Sadly, while a family grapples with the tragic loss of a loved one, it's unlikely there will ever be justice for Magdiel Sanchez, as the thin blue line always protects their own.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I'd like to thank you for all your years of support through the years. As a result, this channel has grown and allowed me an equity partnership in carmarshal.com. Please take the time to check them out. They help you buy and sell your next car, even have a negotiating tool to save you from the hassle of haggling with multiple dealers. The link is in the description below. Please click and help support and give if you can too through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks again. Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but They cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts, 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So, yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know, what we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, now we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not, they're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that, that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now, where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran on, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it. But it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.